Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk to you about what type of VA you are. Today's quote is from Confucius: "Choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life." Now, I don't totally agree that running your VA business is supposed to be effortless. Let's be honest, there are still hard days. But I do know that choosing the right kind of work for yourself makes everything easier. Let's go. Hello, I'm Tracy Daviero, the confidence coach for virtual assistants, and today we're jumping into one of the most important topics for any VA, figuring out what type of VA you are. This is something I see a lot of VAs struggle with, especially when they're starting out, but even years into business when maybe you're trying to make a shift. The question comes up often: what services should I offer? Should I niche down? Should I just try and learn something that's in demand? Today, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the thought process that can help you get more clear on this without actually giving you a one-size-fits-all answer. There is no right answer, right? The right type of VA looks different for everyone. But at the end of this episode, I have a fun new resource for you that will help you figure out what your VA type is quickly and easily. So be sure to stick around for that. Before we get into the how, let's talk about why your VA type matters. When you're not clear on your VA type, you offer a mishmash of services to anybody who will pay you. Sound familiar? That might get you some clients in the short term, but it almost always leads to undercharging, burnout, stress, all those yucky words. But when you know who you are as a VA, what you do best, what lights you up, and who you serve best, you will stop chasing the random work and you're going to start attracting clients who value what you do. You feel more confident, you market yourself with ease, and you're more likely to build a sustainable business. I totally understand what you're going through. Who wants to turn down money? Who wants to feel limited or like they're losing out on clients because they're looking for somebody in particular? I definitely used to feel like that. I said yes to lots of people, lots of clients, even if I didn't really like what they wanted me to do. Will you pay me? Yes, absolutely I can do that. But you know who does get this concept? Those of us who have made the decision and changed their way of thinking. Yep, I eventually did, because we know it's the better way. And that's why we talk about it all the time. Anybody who talks about it has made that shift. Because it's so much more fun to work every day when you're doing what you love, working with clients who value you, and appreciate your experience and your skills, and you can make good money doing it, of course. As soon as I figured out what I love to do and who needed that service or those services, I realized that not everybody knew how to do what I did. I honestly did not even know that before, and everything changed. I doubled my rates, I became booked out, and I had a waiting list all year long. The first thing to do to take stock of what you already know. We often underestimate just how much experience we're bringing to the table. Think about your previous jobs, your volunteer work, or even hobbies or passions. What kinds of tasks did you handle? Did you create spreadsheets, write content, manage schedules, organize events? Don't leave anything out. You might think, "Ooh, I just answered phones. That's nothing special." But guess what? Communication skills and managing multiple conversations at once are highly valuable services for VAs and for clients. My skills inventory exercise opens a lot of eyes, just like it opened my eyes whenever I did it the first time and subsequent times. You know how to do so many things. You're not just whatever you did at your last job. You're definitely not whatever you think clients are hiring VAs for, unless that's your specialty already. And you are not just a new VA, and therefore starting out with general admin is what you have to do. When you lay everything out into a skills inventory, you start to see patterns, you start to see categories, and you realize that you have way more to offer than you probably thought you did. The next step is to choose what you love and what you're best at. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should or that you need to. A lot of VAs get stuck right here. Maybe you can do bookkeeping. Maybe you can figure out Canva graphics. But if you don't enjoy those tasks, forcing yourself to do them every day is going to drain you. The sweet spot comes when your skill set overlaps with your interests. Those are the services that not only are you going to do well, but you'll also do happily and consistently. You'll show up and go, oh, look what I get to do today. And when you're figuring out the services to offer, it's important to think about what you already do well. I had no idea when I was getting started that I had expertise that others didn't have. I literally thought that everyone could do the things that I knew how to do. If I knew how to do them, everybody did, right? And it wasn't until, sadly, a couple of years later, when a colleague of mine pointed out things that I did exceptionally well that she did not do particularly well, that I realized I had been telling myself a lie all along. Everyone I looked at did not know how to do the things that I knew how to do, at least not as well as I did, or as efficiently, or as professionally as I could. They had their own expertise, but they needed me to be their good communicator, their organized assistant, their Columbo to figure out the challenging stuff, their radar to anticipate what they needed next. Yes, I am aware I'm aging myself with these examples, but this is what my clients called me. They called me Columbo, they called me radar, and they needed me to be their planner, their executor, to get the things done that they needed to get done. And I really honestly had no idea that that was me until someone else told me. Someone looking in, right? So what do you do that you think everyone else can do? I'm here to tell you that's something special. You are exceptional. One of my coaches once said, actually they often said, the thing that comes easiest to you is what you should be charging the most for. That's a writer downer, guys. And I've learned to absolutely agree with that. When you choose services you love, your energy shines through your work, your clients notice your enthusiasm, and that's honestly part of what keeps them coming back. Do not chase in-demand services. This one is a biggie. It's huge. I see VAs that say social media management, funnels, or tech support are hot services, and then they run out, take a quick course, try to sell it, even if it's not a natural fit. And of course, they don't have any experience doing it. They just have a little bit of training. And the problem is clients can sense that. When you're not confident in a service that you offer, they can tell your heart isn't in it. Maybe your knowledge quite isn't there. And that makes marketing harder, delivery harder, and it makes your results weaker. Now, what does that impact, right? Your confidence level with that service. In demand does not automatically mean your demand. And I think that's another writer downer. In demand does not automatically mean your demand. Trends are going to come and go, but if you build your business around skills that you enjoy and excel at, you're going to create that longevity that we're looking for. You won't have to constantly reinvent yourself to keep up. Once I took a course on Facebook ads. My clients all wanted to use them, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I can charge a lot of money for them, right? Nope. I invested, I tried them, I failed. I tried them again, I failed. I didn't like them. I really still didn't get them. And it was a huge waste of my time, my money, and my clients' money. Because when you're running Facebook ads for someone, not only are they paying you, like to do the actual work, but they're also paying Facebook or Meta for every piece of that real estate that you're trying to get them, right? Ew, I totally stopped. And I went back to offer just high-level client services and marketing services. And what were those? Things that I excelled at. And it just made everything easier. And we outsourced the Facebook ad stuff to the people who love it and who do it really, really well. The type of VA you are is also influenced by the type of clients that you want to work with. Different industries need different types of supports. So, like authors might need help with book launches and promotions. Real estate agents might need someone who can manage their listings, coordinate showings, handle client follow-up. Coaches often need help with content creation, community management, and tech behind their programs. Nonprofits might need support with grant tracking, event planning, or donor communications. So when you picture your ideal client, think about what their day-to-day business looks like. What do they need most? And more importantly, what do you want to be the one who is providing? I love to advise VAs to work with people who do something they're interested in. I often tell the story of one of my students who wanted to offer social media services. She had taken some training, and we were trying to figure out who her best clients were. Through her skills inventory, she had indicated that she was a sommelier, a wine expert. And again, she had taken some training in that. And we found her clients by figuring that out. They were the small wineries near her home that desperately needed social media help to attract their guests. And that's what she decided to do. So you can see how you can make it work for you and really stand out in your market. That's the point. She did what she was trained to do 2 times over in an industry that she had a deep interest in. That's, of course, why she took the training to begin with, or the sommelier course. And she brought more enthusiasm and interest to her work every day, and her clients appreciated that. So sometimes figuring out your VA type isn't just about your current skills. It's also about where you want to go in the long term. Ask yourself, do I want to specialize deeply in one area like podcast management or bookkeeping? Or do I want to stay more general and support business owners with a variety of admin tasks? It's a huge misunderstanding, I think, that VAs think they start with general admin and have to move to something else to make more money. There's executive level VAs all over the place who absolutely love the variety of admin tasks that come with general support, and who continue to offer it as their business grows. And also, do I want to eventually move into consulting, coaching, or building a team? Sometimes that's what we want to do. We want to move up the ladder or into a different direction. And that doesn't always come with implementing tasks for VAs. Look at me, right? The answers to those questions are going to influence how you position yourself today. Knowing what you want to do in the future can really help you to decide what you want to do today. How can your business look now, and how can it evolve? My business definitely started off as general admin. I loved the customer aspect of it, and I specialized there. And then I found the business coach industry as my target market, and I offered high-level customer service there. I took marketing courses and helped them with their marketing, and then I became a marketing and virtual events specialist. I eventually taught their clients how to work with a VA, like I was their guest speaker every month on their group coaching. My goodness, words are hard today. On their group coaching calls, some of my clients, I actually taught a segment every single month for them to talk about the tech aspect and how to set things up. A lot of the things that I've taught you guys over the years too. And because from there, I went to start teaching the actual VAs like you. And the rest is how we got here. So you can build and grow in whatever direction you want, but it will probably always be based in what you're best at or what you love to do, or at least it should be. So how do we recap today's episode? We say start with the skills inventory. Super important. Super, super, super important. Narrow down to the things that you love and do best. Don't chase trends just because they're popular, unless, again, they fit into that vision of your business down the road. It's always easier to get clients and get money coming in the door with what you know now, but you can always change, just like I did as I took training moving forward. And think about your ideal clients and their needs, and consider where you want your business to grow in the future. When you look at all of those 5 pieces together, you're going to start to see your VA type clearly. Now, if you're listening and thinking, okay, I get this, but I still don't really know how to put all the pieces together, I have a cool little quiz for you. It's called What Type of VA Are You? And it's just designed to help you identify your natural strengths and figure out how those can shape your VA business. It only takes a couple of minutes. You'll walk away with a couple of results that will give you some clarity about the services and the clients and the direction that probably are best for you. Sometimes we get wrapped up in the shoulds instead of what can we really do. What should you do? You should do what you want. What lights you up? So after finish listening to this episode, head over and take the quiz at yourvamentor.com/quiz. I would love to hear what type you settle on. That's all I've got for today's episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Remember, the best VA business is the one that's built around your strengths, your passions, and the clients that you most want to work with. That's what I tell you every week, and I'm here to help. It's the only reason I'm here at all, is to help you become a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Thanks so much for listening. That's all I've got for you this week. I'll see you next time.